Hello, people. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can people hear me? For whatever reason, I don't think I'm live right now. I should be live, but I don't know why I'm not live. Am I live? Can people hear me? Yes. Okay. For whatever reason, it didn't come up then. I don't know why it's not showing. It's not showing me on my preview. But hey, as long as you guys can see me, I guess that's the main thing, right? How we all doing? Anyway, how we all doing? Good to see everyone. Welcome back to the Matchday Tavern. We are live for big deciding game, really, for Ecuador, isn't it? Ecuador versus Germany. Final group stage game for La Tri. They have had 16 shots at the World Cup. Ecuador, 16 shots, not a single goal. They absolutely peppered the goal of Curaçao and couldn't make it count. They hit the crossbar, I think 3 times, post and crossbar 3 times against Ivory Coast. By far the better team, I thought. They ended up losing that one. And they desperately need a win, don't they? I don't think anything other than a win is not good enough for Ecuador tonight. They have to go and they have to beat Germany, who've been one of the more impressive sides in the tournament. Let's be honest, they were poor against Ivory Coast in the first half. They still managed to grind out a win. German efficiency still at play in this World Cup. But yes, lovely to see everyone. How are we all doing? Before we get stuck into the live, you know the drill. Before we do, get started with the stream, I want to give a big shout out to friends of the channel, Oxford Natural. Oxford Natural are continuing to sponsor the Matchday Tavern throughout the World Cup, and they are helping people like Robbie at AFTV, people like Michael Owen, people like KG, people like yours truly, try to shift the pounds and be a little bit more, make some more positive health choices. I think that's the thing. You know, you've got to make sure you're making the right health choices. And Oxford Natural have helped some people in our space in the football world to get some really, really positive results, as you're seeing here on my right-hand side. If you want to find out more about how it works, obviously there's no miracle for these things, but if you want to find out how it works, then you can click the link in the description. You can scan the QR code, which is on screen right now. It will also be on screen throughout the live. You can go and find out more. You can get yourself 70% off your first order of Oxford Natural's Optimum Day and Optimum Night supplements, which will help you with things like your cravings. They will help you with your things like your energy, keeping you on track throughout the day, and obviously making sure you are well rested at night. All very important things when you're thinking about your health and getting that summer bod ready. So yes, thank you again to Oxford Natural, and please do go and show them some love if you're thinking of heading along that journey with me. Right, and with that said, we can now get stuck into today's lineups. So, lineups, where are they? Germany have gone with Manuel Neuer in goal, Joshua Kimmich, Antonio Rudiger, Jonathan Tah, David Raum, Felix Nemesha, Alexander Pavlovich, Leroy Sané, Jamal Musiala, Liverpool superstar Florian Wirtz, and then Kai Havertz starts up front. For Ecuador, it is Hernan Galindez in goal, Alan Franco, Joel Ordonez, William Pacho, and Piero Hincapié at the back. Piero Hincapié just confirming his move to Arsenal today. John Yeboah, Pedro Vite, Nelson Angulo of Sunderland in midfield alongside Chelsea's Moish Caicedo. And then in attack, they've gone with Gonzalo Plata, formerly of Sporting Lisbon, and Enner Valencia. Enner Valencia leading the line for Ecuador on such an important night. It's a huge game for them, and Enner Valencia is the guy they are resting all of their hopes on. It's a big, big ask, isn't it? It's a very, very big ask. I've got to say, very, very big ask. Okie dokie. Right. Now, I think I've got... Okay, yeah, that should work. Fine. Right. We can actually have a discussion now. Sounds like a telling off from the teacher, doesn't it? Die Mannschaft, Germany's Julian Nagelsmann, and Sebastián Beccacece, the Ecuadorian manager. Wild herd, thinking Iggy Pop. That's what he's been compared to in Ecuador. He's been compared to Iggy Pop. Never played professionally, but he did learn his trade as a manager under Sampaoli. How are you doing, Key? I am very good, Mr. Turnables. How are you, sir? How the devil are you? Let me get the chat up on screen, because I'm basically ignoring folk here. This ain't good enough. Shahid, good to see you. LJ says, how are we all doing? Let's see what Ecuador does. My South African friends are ecstatic after yesterday. Up the Bafana. Crazy what happened with South Africa. Crazy. Who would have predicted South Africa getting that result? Mr. Al-Shamari, yes, key lad, hope you're doing well. It's absolutely scorching hot today, isn't it? Well, do you know what? Yes, it is. Yes, it is scorching hot. I haven't really got a deeper answer for you, except the heat has caused the cancellation of the Sweden v Japan watch along. So my plan tonight was, what I was going to do was I was going to watch this. I was going to have a sleep. I was going to watch this, and then I was going to do Sweden against Japan. That was the plan. Sweden, Japan, midnight kickoff. I'll be like, all right, I'll be up till 12, and then I'll do that till like 2, 3 in the morning. Fine. But I have to go and have a sleep beforehand, right? My plan is I go and have a sleep at about maybe 6, wake up about 7. Here's Verts! Oh, unlucky. Yeah, go to sleep about 6, wake up about 7:45, 8 o'clock. An hour or so before coming on here. But I'd have like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe sleep. Can't sleep. Can't sleep in this heat. Physically not possible to sleep in this heat in the middle of the day. It cools down a little bit at night. Germany strike! Oh, it's 1-0! It's 1-0, it's Leroy Sané. It's an early goal, and I tell you what, Ecuador are banging trouble. They desperately need a win, anything less than a win here, and it's game over. CAICEDO and the Ecuadorian players surrounding the referee. She's having none of it. It's a great finish from Leroy Sané. There's a player, I think it's Vite, who's gone down on the floor. He's down on the floor holding his head. No, I'm sorry, that's madness. That's madness. He doesn't touch him. Doesn't touch him. It's a dive. Doesn't touch him. Well, he does touch him, but it's not a kick in the head. Sorry. If that gets chalked off, I'm sorry, that's crazy. If that gets chalked off, that is absolutely madness. That is madness. It's a great bit of football. Played in Leroy Sané, bottom corner. Mackenzie, how's the streams been this World Cup, mate? In what sense? Does she give the goal? Does she give the goal? What's she give? Yeah, she give the goal. Good. I like it. I like it. As it should be. Great pass. Florian Wirtz with the assist. Get in there. No check on that one. It's a great goal. Great finish. Florian Wirtz assist. Germany in front. Views and reviews. Views steadily increasing, yeah. It's good. I mean, it's a brand new channel. It's a brand new channel. So we're literally less than a month old, mate, since we started on the Matchday Tavern. So it's brand new. So don't really have authority on there yet. It takes a while for that to build up with the algorithm and stuff before they're happy to kind of push you out. You have to kind of prove yourself and get like a month of good results. But it's just started to spike a little bit, yeah. 70% view increase week on week, which is good. PGMOL need to take notes from this World Cup. And Swifty says, no idea about the rules on high boot now. Why would you have said that was a foul? I'm interested. Do we think that was a foul, people? Do we think that's a foul? I really don't. LJ says, by the way, that's unfortunately why Sané was picked over Sharda. I still love Sharda. And Liam says, Key, this heat, I can't cope. Hit 37 degrees where I am today in the UK. That is literally the only way that I have been able to do these early morning games, is to be able to have a sleep in the middle of the day. That's the only way it works. Have a sleep, have a little siesta, about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Have 2 or 3 hours if you can, even if it's just an hour and a half. And then you can get up and do streams at 2, 3 a.m. That's the only way I've been able to do it. But it's just so hot at like 5, 6 o'clock at night, you can't do it. Ben, how many subs do you need to start having members again? 1,000. That's not going to happen during the World Cup. That's probably going to happen just after it, to be fair. I liked the call. Me too, yeah. I was really, really impressed with the referee sticking to her guns there. It's good. I like to see it. You love to see it. Clippers, how did you feel on Konate leaving? I didn't love it. I didn't love it, but it is what it is. He's made the decision to move on, and good luck to him. Timbo, hello everyone. Didn't have the best day yesterday. Oh mate, I'm really sorry to hear that. Genuinely really sorry to hear that. Oh. Well, I can't even say trolling me will take your mind off it, mate, because I can't imagine. I'm incredibly attached to my dog. We nearly had to put him down as well not that long ago, but I can't imagine. So, very sad, mate. Very sad. And if it helps you to take the piss, by all means go on. I won't bite back tonight. Reese says, I'm not keen on that Germany kit. Why? Why don't you like the Germany kit? I always find Germany's away kits have always been... What colour have their away kits been? Haven't they always been like a dark green, not like an aqua, that's like a turquoise, like a dark blue and a turquoise. It's nearly always been. I remember Germans' kits being like a dark green colour. What I've liked less is the lopsided matches the last couple of games. They didn't stagger the matchups well. They front-loaded the best ones. Swifty, horrible experience I've been through twice. I genuinely don't know how I'm going to get through it. I've got 3 dogs, although I've technically only got 1. But the other one is like my mum and dad's dog, which I spend loads of time with as well. And then the other dog is my sister-in-law's dog, which is basically ours now. We basically look after. So I've basically got 3 dogs. And my mum and dad's dog, genuinely, I'm not even kidding. I think when he goes, I think my dad will be more disappointed about the dog than... He loves that more than us. It's break his heart. Mr. Turnbull says, I can't believe that shin kicker is Ecuador's captain. You're not a fan of CAICEDO then? Clippers, would you take Van der Ven? Not really. I'm not mega... I don't love Van der Ven. He's all right. Strike! Oh, what a goal! It's an absolute worldie! It's Gonzalo Plata, and he smashed it bottom corner. Oh, Ecuador! It's an absolute wonder goal, that one, from outside the area. Should Manuel Neuer do better? It's not, actually. It's Nilson Angulo. It's the Sunderland player. It's a Sunderland player. I thought it was Plata. It's not. It's Nilson Angulo, the new signing for Sunderland. Arrived at Sunderland not too long ago, and he's just smashed it bottom corner from about 30 yards out. It's a great strike. Picks it up, drives at the goal, cuts inside. It's actually more like 25, edge of the box. But still, does it get a bit of a deflection, this? No. No, wonderful strike. Again, Manuel Neuer, I think in his heyday, I think he gets to that. Yeah, I think he gets to that, you know. Gunnar Ramble, good to see you, mate. How's it going? Swifty, first one broke me. Found him gone on the kitchen floor, only 9. Complete shock. Yeah, I can't imagine it, buddy. It's not nice. Timbo says, I've had a few dogs, to be fair, so it's not my first rodeo. Makes it easier. Whatever helps, dude. Whatever helps. Not a nice time. As they say, grief is the price we pay for the love that we had from him. It's not a nice... well, I guess it's the nicest way you possibly can look at it. City of Northville says, made me eat my words again. My punishment is lost money. Lopsided, said who? Well... I've stupidly, on a couple of these games, gone Germany to win to 0. That's immediately gone now. I have got Ecuador under 1.5. So I'm now treading a very, very fine line. This charming dad, I knew you'd be in for that. As soon as that goes in, absolute screamer. Should have called up Leno, says Andy. Do you remember when Neuer had the 4-finger goalie gloves? I don't. No, I don't remember that. Edge of the box, Vert, good football. Chirpy stream, buddy. Chirpy stream. What do we mean by chirpy? Chirpy. Chirpy stream. What does chirpy mean? I mean, I know what chirpy means in that sense, like someone's chirpy. That wasn't a word. A stream could be chirpy. Curaçao, get your act together, please, and thank you for your cooperation. How's it going, Matty? City of Northville, yeah, both teams to score. No, that's it, yeah. I think a few fell into that trap. It was nearly 2s, wasn't it? Oh, and Ecuador, they're in. Oh, I tell you what, they're lucky, these Germans. They're very lucky. And Ivory Coast are in front against Curaçao. This is good. I've got Ivory Coast to win to 0 there as well. Lovely football. Played across and it's a tap in near post. That excellent football. That is it Pepe who scored it? I think it might be, you know. I think it might be Nicola Pepe who scored that, and it might have been a Jan Diamand assist. If it is, then Jan Diamand is rapidly closing in. Is it Jan Diamand? Yeah. Jan Diamand assist, Nicolas Pepe goal. I hate to say it, folks, Jan Diamand is closing in on a World Cup record. The most ball carries and before creating a big chance. Lionel Messi got 6 in the last World Cup, and Mbappe got 8 in the last World Cup. That would be Jan Diamand's 7th after 2.5 games. We might have a worldie on our hands with him if we get him. Hopefully we do. Welshwing, evening key and chat. How have I missed 2 goals? Gotta get yourself here early. Early doors. This charming Dan, I was just typing a comment when he pinged that beauty in. 2 great bangers from Sunderland players in 2 days. You'll love to see it. Matty, you're not doing the Japan game now? I'm not, mate. No, not doing the Japan game now. Just doing this one. Joe, I thought Messi got 7. According to the numbers I saw the other day, it was 6 that he got in the 2022 World Cup, and Mbappe got 8. That might have been the opposite way around. I don't think it was. One of them got 6, one of them got 8. Either way, Jan Diamand is on 7 this tournament now, which is madness. 4th Sunderland player to score at the World Cup. Who's the others? Brobby, Angulo. Who else has scored? Who else has scored at the World Cup? Strike! Oh, Germany again. Good effort, that one. Nearly. Key, are you sitting down or standing? Standing, mate. M15, who's your favourite outsider you would want to do well? My favourite outsider I would want to do well? Who's yours, chat? Let me know. Who's your favourite outsider? Oh, Xhaka. I did know about Isidore. Xhaka, for some reason, I forgot about. Took the penalty, didn't he, Xhaka? Yeah, my favourite outsider that I want to do well. Do you know what? I've really enjoyed watching. I can't say Morocco. I can't. I still hated the way they went about the AFCON final. So yeah, I can't get on board with that Moroccan team, but I do like the way they play football, and I think they're a really, really good side. There's some fantastic players. I just don't love the way they go about it. Japan, says Liam. Yeah, Japan's another good shout. Good evening, Mr. T. How are you? I'm good. Mr. T. Shut up, fool. Timbo says, my predictor had a Norway-Morocco quarter-final, so I'd like to be correct about that and be smug. Do you know what I said last night, didn't I? I have to apologise to Ronnie and a few others in the chat who were telling me otherwise. I was adamant that Scotland had already qualified with that 3 points they'd picked up against Haiti. But actually, the defeat against Morocco and the 3-goal deficit they picked up last night against Brazil means they are incredibly close to going out. It's likely, honestly, it might well be that unless results really go in their favour, I think Scotland might be going home. I genuinely thought Scotland were through with that 3 points, because before the tournament, everybody was saying, chances are if you win a game, you're through. It's highly unlikely that you win a game and don't go through to the knockout stage. But Scotland will be one of those teams, it's looking like. Yeah, I only saw the best of the rest third place teams this morning. Obviously, Czech Republic going out. South Africa, have got a better goal difference than Scotland. This charming dances every time someone says Ecuador and I want to follow it up with, yeah, Sash, that's it. Well, that's what I use today. I always put the stories on TikTok and wherever, Insta and everywhere else, and I put a song over the top of the stories. And obviously today, yeah, I did Sash, Ecuador. He does look like Iggy Pop, doesn't he? The Ecuador manager, he's a bit of a pop star. I feel like he's going to start tooting up the band like Shawn Michaels. Looks a bit Shawn Michaels-esque. City of Northville, I wouldn't want to see Mexico as any of these teams, especially at home at elevation. Yeah, the Azteca will be brutal. Scotland have been crap, says Callum. Yeah, I mean, it's not been a great tournament for the Scots, has it? Disappointing reaction from Steve Clarke as well yesterday. Fair few Scottish journalists going in on Steve Clarke, saying he should have done better. Timbo says, top 3 WWE wrestlers key. Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy and Shawn Michaels for me. Oh, I know your type of... you love the high flying, whatever they're called, luchadors or whatever. You love all that stuff. Top wrestlers. I don't know. I feel like I can't... I always liked Stone Cold. I can't not have Stone Cold. But Triple H was brilliant. And probably Mankind, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley. Hogan. Do you know what though? I don't care what anyone says. Hogan, irrespective of the guy as a person, my goodness me. As soon as that music came on when I was a kid, oh, you were bouncing. You were absolutely bouncing. Undertaker, Kane, Lesnar. See, Kane, yes. I'd stopped watching wrestling by the time Lesnar came in. Lesnar and Cena, I missed all that, and to be honest, that's when wrestling started going downhill for me. So I have no interest at all in your Lesnars and your Cenas and your CM Punks and all that stuff. Didn't catch all that. Ultimate Warrior was good. Bret Hart too, yeah. Bret Hart was brilliant. I just liked it. I liked it when it was a bit more... There was characters in it, like Doink and Gangrel. Edge was a great wrestler as well. How good was Edge? How good was the Brood? Scotty 2 Hottie and Grandmaster Sexy. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Ho! Sergeant Slaughter, goodness me, yeah. And Sid Vicious. Tatanka. I was gonna do the thing then, but I don't know if you're allowed to do that anymore, to be honest. I thought maybe that's one of the reasons why WWE aren't doing it. Rowdy Roddy Piper, yeah. Rowdy Roddy Piper. British Bulldog was from just down the road from me as well. He was born in Goulburn in Wigan. Dudley boys. Devon, get the tables. Ecuador, down the left-hand side. All the way back to CAICEDO. All that NWO stuff was my speed. Oh, yeah, when Benoit and Guerrero and all that came in as well. The invasion from WCW was wicked, wasn't it? Do you remember? There was Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, Perry Saturn. All them. HGTXV, I've got a dog in the fight with Ecuador. They're your sweepstake team. All right, okay. Rikishi, the Too Cool dance in the middle of the ring. Mr. Stinkface and all that, yeah. Remember the Big Show? Of course, yeah. Loads of girls go out wearing that dress now, don't they? Callum, I'm only 20, but I preferred the Attitude Era. That's nothing wrong with that, mate. Nothing wrong with that. I was born 1990 and I pretty much watched most of the 80s wrestling, to be honest. I had videotapes from like 91, 92. I remember Royal Rumble 1992 vividly. Vividly. And there was only two. Obviously, I didn't watch it live, but I had all of the videos. Do Ecuador need to win? Yes, Ecuador definitely need to win. Anything less than a win, not good enough. Ecuador only have 1 point. They obviously lost against Ivory Coast. They drew against Curaçao, which was the bang-on one, the home banker they were expecting. They have to win tonight. There's nothing else works for them. A draw means they're almost certainly missing out because of the high number of teams. For the high number of teams that are on 3 points in third place, the chances are, if Ecuador only draw tonight, 2 points ain't going to get them anywhere. Cheers, M15. Thanks, man. Tell you what, though, Ecuador are pushing. There's no doubt about that. They're certainly pushing forward. The black and red NWO Wolfpack was great too. Yeah, Booker T. Get him on. Chris Jericho. Oh my God. Raw is Jericho. Ecuador. Come on, that's not a penalty. Well done, ref. Excellent stuff. New York, New Jersey City. Oh, that's where the final's being held. Very nearly advert break. Oh, I tell you what, that might have been a handball there from Kimmich. Ball gets played in, goes over the head. Oh no, it hits his shin. Hits his thigh, sorry. Here's Wirtz. Good to see both Liverpool players getting the on the assist sheet today. They're only 25 minutes in. We've got 2 Liverpool players adding to the assist. Liverpool are dominating the World Cup goals contributions chart. I think Liverpool are the best team at the World Cup. Key, you just made the list. Who was that big Russian guy? Was it Yeah, Rusev. Jesus Christ. And Ryback. Ryback's always on TikTok Live now, isn't he? Liam says, did you ever hear the story what happened to Chris Benoit? Yeah, mate, yeah. Heard and read up about all that. Very sad. Good ball. Header. Ooh, that's better. Unlucky from Havertz. Shahid, have you seen the film They Live with Roddy Piper Key? I haven't. No, I haven't. I know that he was in a film. Oh, I can't remember what film it was. Remember Suburban Commando? That had Hulk Hogan in. Feed me more. Again, a little bit after my time, that. Ryback and Rusev and stuff like that. They were a little bit after my time. If you're looking for, like, Eastern European wrestlers, I was like Nikolai Volkov. Boris and Nikolai Volkov. I don't even know. Says, see, the ref in the Curaçao game is smart. He's using the injury to call the hydration break. I wonder where else that could have happened, and it didn't. How's it going, Joe? Good to see you. There are dozens of stories like that after wrestling, bad outcomes. The CTE instances are worse than any other sport. That's true enough, yeah. Liam, do you remember Great Carly? Yes, I do remember Great Carly. Christ, we're rapidly turning this into a wrestling stream. Stay on point, people. Hogan had some crap films. Yeah, he did. Of course, I mean, I only really remember Suburban Commando because he was in it with Tiny Lister Jr., which was Debo out of Friday. I can't remember what his name was. What was his name in... He was in WWF for a spell, but I can't remember what his name was. What was his name? He played Hogan in a cage match. What was his name? Can anyone remember that? The Bushwhackers. The Bushwhackers. Luke and Butch. Oh, that's going to really annoy me now. It's all about Big Daddy and Giant Titty Stacks. Again, they were just before my time. Zeus. That's the one, Richard Kennedy. There you go. Zeus. Here's your first hydration break. Hulk Hogan against King Kong Bundy. And Hulk Hogan against Zeus in WWF. That's the one. No worries, George. Right, first hydration break, folks. Don't know if we've ever actually... Did we do the German... Is this our first Germany game? I think it is, isn't it? Because we missed the Curaçao game. And we missed... No, we did the Ivory Coast game. We did the Ivory Coast game. The only European nation ever to win a World Cup in the Americas. Germany, 2014 in Brazil. Deeply unpopular picks from Julian Nagelsmann to put Leroy Sané in the squad over Saïd El Mala. Saïd El Mala, one of the rising stars of German football, reminds me so much of Arjen Robben. No holds barred. That's the one. Oh, Giant Gonzalez as well, yeah. I think he's passed away now. He's an Argentine basketball player, him. Giant Gonzalez. Gold dust could not happen today. Why? See, mate, there's loads that couldn't happen today. Kamala. Eugene. You'd never get... Akeem. Do you remember Akeem? Akeem used to come into the ring like... You'd never have got away with this stuff. You'd never have got away with it. No chance. But I remember when Undertaker and Kane... Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, I know. Mr. Turnables, is Gnabry in the German squad? He is, yes, I believe so. So far, it's Curaçao 0, Ivory Coast 1. Obviously, 1-1 here in Ecuador and Germany. The world's largest love machine probably wouldn't happen today. Is that Val Venus? The Iron Sheik. He looks like a cross between Iggy Pop and Shawn Michaels, quite literally. And Barry Venison in his playing days. It, like, honestly, if you said he's dead, he's like wiry as well. Like, he's the least looking Ecuadorian football coach I would have imagined. Viscera. Yeah, Viscera, of course. Val Venus was also of that ilk. Well, I've had an idea as well, by the way. I'm thinking of doing a series of shorts. I wanted to get your take on it. A series of shorts for the knockout rounds, whereby I do a video on each team's national dish. And we do a who's got the best. So we're basically going to do a World Cup of food. Starting with the very first knockout game, which is South Africa and Canada. So that would be Boubouti and Poutine. But I'll do it for every single knockout round. We'll look at them, we'll talk about what they are, and we'll see which one we'd prefer. So I'm going to do some shorts, a series of shorts on that one. Yes, please. We need a bracket. We'll do it. We're gonna do the World Cup of food. I think it'll fit nicely with my brand. Do you not think? It's very on trend. I'll get lots of lovely comments. Yeah, I bet you'd like both, wouldn't you? Yay! Here we go. Ecuador driving forward. Enner Valencia. He's 2-on-2 here. Chance. Hit it. Waste of time. My daughter loves Rhea Ripley. I liked when... what was her name? What was her name out of UFC? Can't remember her name. And before you start, Timbo, it's not because I'm a raging misogynist. Key named 10 female wrestlers. I know that's coming. Yeah, Lita was very good. I did like Lita. Lita was, I think, everyone's favourite. If you actually liked the wrestling. If you didn't just like the divas. Like Trish Stratus and Stacy Keibler. Luna Vachon was... Ronda Rousey, that's the one I'm thinking of. Luna Vachon was crazy, wasn't she? Luna Vachon was mad. I think she's passed away now as well. She had her demons, but she was... City of Northville says in them, say leave a comment down below so we can see which wins. Get that engagement up. Yes. Yeah, why not? We'll do a bit of that. Liam says, Key, who was your WWE female crush? Come on, we all had one. My female crush. I didn't really have a female. I mean, that's it. Strongly suggests they had a male crush. I didn't really have. There wasn't any, like... There was none that really... Do you know what, actually? Maybe Miss Elizabeth. Miss Elizabeth, Randy Macho Man Savage's wife. I didn't really like any of the others. Trish Stratus was nice. Stephanie McMahon. Key, your wife is watching. I know, but listen, she can appreciate. I'm sure. It's all good. She's married to Gangrel. Who's married to Gangrel? Ronda Rousey. Oh, Tori Wilson. Yeah, Tori Wilson was nice. Cheers, Will. Key, Sweden, Japan later on. What's your score prediction? Can't separate them. I think Sweden need the win more. Yeah, Yeah, Sweden definitely need to win more. They're on 3 points, Japan on 4 coming into this one. So Sweden definitely need at least a point. Point guarantees they go through, but obviously they'd have a tougher game. Ah, Luna Vachon was married to Gangrel. Right. Wirtz plays it in. Undav. It's gone behind for a corner. Wirtz orchestrating everything here. CD says, do you reckon Scotland have any idea of qualifying, Key? I'm holding out hope, but we don't deserve it. Mate, I really, really don't think so. No, from what I've seen, I thought Scotland would qualify with 3 points, but it's looking like all the other third-place teams have picked up some big results. Anyone remember Sable? Oh, yeah, Sable. Sable. Do you know what, actually? I take it all back. Mark Murrow. Marvellous Mark Murrow and Sable. Yeah, Sable was the one. Sable was the one. Wirtz with the corner. Oh, unlucky. Cleared away. Ecuador pick it up. And on the counter-attack now, they've got a chance here. Germany, actually, no, they've not got anywhere near enough bodies forward. Look at that. 3 against 6. And Germany immediately get 3 back. Crazy. Key, you're half Swedish, yeah? Not half Swedish, no. There is no heritage in any of my like grandparents or anything that's Swedish. None at all. I have no recognition of being Swedish in my family at all. However, when I took a DNA test, an ancestral DNA test, it said that I was 12% Swedish. So, I'm claiming it. I'm basically a Viking. Hey, Anfield Vortex, how are you, sir? Key's 100% British beef. Unquestionable. Sable is married to Brock with kids now. Key for content, you have to eat surströmming on live. Oh my god. I tell you what. If Sweden make it to the quarters, what was Sweden's? I can't remember what Sweden's. What was Sweden's national dish is köttbullar, which is meatballs with cream sauce, jam and mash. Jam, mash and meatballs. I could be tempted to have some surströmming. Are you about to do what the Irish guy does? Why? What's the Irish guy do? What, shave me head? 12% Swedish, so you can put together the first shelf in an IKEA bookshelf. I think my wife would disagree. Key Thomason. Yeah, Key Dahl Thomason. Key Dahl Thomason. Good, thanks, mate. You must be roasting in the tavern tonight. It is a very toasty tav tonight, yeah. Jam, mash and meatballs. Sounds like a Chaz and Dave song. Musiala driving forward. Germany. Oh, that might be a free kick. No. Good football. They win it back. And now the referee gives a free kick to Ecuador. What's she give? No, German free kick. Or is it a drop ball? I think it's a drop ball. It hits the ref. Yeah, it's a drop ball. Key could be the next Man v Food. Oh, I don't want to be Man v Food. You have to get I'm trying to shift the weight. You get fat eating all that. I'm trying to lose weight. Key's too cheap to invest in an aircon for the tavern. We're all dying in here. And Welsh says, speaking of food, I've got a very different halftime quiz today. Oh, do you know what? I'm gonna have to. I've got one. So this is gonna make halftime quizzes a whole lot harder, Welsh. This isn't. I've got like a display thing now. So, but I have to pre-populate the quiz before the game. So I'll have to show you. I'll have to show you. City of Northville, I wish you really were at a tavern so we could actually have the World Cup food with a pint. And Gamer Guru, tell that to Beard Meats Food Key. Guy puts Man v Food to shame and is about 14 stone. Jelly deals when England play. Oh no. Key, what's your Germany all-time 11? Germany all-time 11. Manuel Neuer, I think, would just edge it over Oliver Kahn. Philipp Lahm. Oh, I'm going to just go my lifetime before anyone says Beckenbauer. But I would go Jürgen Kohler and Matthias Sammer. Left back. Left back for Germany. I feel like I'm missing someone really, really obvious. Who's a really top German? They've never really been. They've never had great fullbacks, have they, Germany? Damn, shall I pack my bags? No, you could email them. You could certainly email them. I just need to know them before the game so that I can populate it in the chat, the quiz thing. Mr. Turnable says, heavy rains tonight here in Accra, Ghana. Oh, stop bragging. Stop bragging. That's ridiculous, that, isn't it? We're sat here in the UK sweating our nads off. And my mate's here in Accra saying, oh, tipping it down here. It's loads of rain. Shocking. For the final, I reckon Key rents out a pub and we all go. Yeah, who's paying for that? Although saying that, pubs are taking... I reckon if I said I could fill a pub, if I could fill the pub, will you close it just for the afternoon for us? I reckon we could do that, you know. I was in the middle of something then. I can't remember what I was going to say. Anyway, yeah, I've got like a thing over this side here where the quiz sits, and it's the first time I'm going to try it. It might flop and it might be terrible, but I'm going to give it a whirl and see how it works and how it looks. But it should make the quizzing a bit easier because it'll mean that you guys can actually see the answers. Rather than like it being not the answers, but you know, you can see what has been answered. Play 3 at the back with Lahm inverted. No, it's definitely if you're doing an all-time German 11, give me your all-time German 11 in the chat. Come on, help me out. Give me some inspiration. Give me some inspiration. That's a free kick, ref, and a yellow card, please. Thank you, ma'am. Can we please smash the like button? Cheers, Sarah. Every time I read that out, I'm sure people must think it's me saying it, but thank you. I appreciate it, Sarah. Left backs for Germany, Andreas Brehme. Oh, Brehme, yeah. Brehme was, again, he was a little bit just before my timing, but he was very good. I can't leave Lahm out. Maybe I go Sammer. Do you know what? I'm gonna put Lothar Matthäus at centre back and have it like a back three. So I'm gonna go Sammer, Matthäus, Kohler. There you go. Sammer, Matthäus, Kohler as the back three, and then I'm gonna have Neuer in goal. In midfield, I'm gonna go Ballack. Ballack, Kroos. And then you're looking at wingers then, aren't you? (3-5-2) or 3-4-3, I guess I could go. No, 3-5-2 in it. 3-5-2. Or you can just type my answers on your screen. No Lahm. I'd argue Lahm is the best right back I've ever seen. I know, but it's how you fit him in. It's because they've not really had a left back, have they? They've not had a great left back that I can remember in my lifetime, obviously. Haman. Dietmar Haman was very good, but I'm not sure he'd make an all-time German 11. Or in my lifetime German 11. But I would go Ballack. I wouldn't say Thomas Muller. I think Thomas Muller's one of them who benefited from being in the game a really long time. He's a good player, but he... a bit like Giggs. Longevity. Not a wonderful top quality player. I would say like James Milner. I'd put Muller in the Milner bracket. Excellent player, but not like world class. Just played for a really long time. Was always available. Always consistent. Gundogan's a good one, yeah. Ilkay Gundogan was very good. I think if I'm going to go for a midfield three, Ballack, Kroos, Ozil. No, not Ozil. Not Ozil. I'm trying to fit in. I'm looking for like inspiration. Would Ozil get in there? Not for me. I just can't. I can't do it. Lucas Podolski. I liked Podolski, but see Rummenigge, Muller, Walter, Netzer, Mateus, Sammer, Lahm, Kohler, Beckenbauer, and Breitner. Paul Breitner. On the bench, Kroos, Seppmeyer, Bertie Vogt, of course. Klinsmann. Thomas Muller is in there on this all-time German 11. Lothar Matthäus is 1,000,000% in for me. Yeah, I would definitely have him in. I think Marco Reus, I probably would try and find a way in for Marco Reus. Not Schweinsteiger. And not closer. What about Jurgen Klinsmann? Why is Klinsmann not in? I've just looked at German all-time 11s to see if I can get some inspiration. Why is Klinsmann not mentioned? He was so good. He was so good. Everywhere he went, he was unbelievable. He had like a 1-in-2 record for Monaco, Tottenham, Bayern. Unbelievable. Quite good at Inter as well. Just didn't really score. Didn't really win enough, did he? That was his problem. If you look at his actual honours as a player, didn't really do all that much. Won a UEFA Cup with Inter Milan in '91, but other than that, struggled at club level. One league title. Good at diving. Marco Reus was unlucky with injuries, didn't play enough for Germany in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I think with Reus, you'd probably put him in the same category as Goethe. Pete says Karl-Heinz Riedel, not biased though. Karl-Heinz Riedel, what a player. Welch has gone Neuer, Lahm, Hummels, Mertesacker. Where's the Arsenal bias coming from now? Ozil, Ballack, Gundogan, Muller, midfield for Reus, closer, and Gerd Muller in attack. Yeah, I don't think you can leave Toni Kroos out. Germany now down the left-hand side. Musiala. What a ball that is. Wirtz. Dances through. How's that not a penalty, ref? He's all over him. He's all over him. Key, if you had to pick all-time 11 players from each of the top 5 leagues, which country would win? I'm going Italy. No, Spain. There's been far more. If you're doing a La Liga 11, a La Liga 11 definitely beats a Premier League 11 and a Serie A 11. Yeah, you can have Messi and Ronaldo up top, You can have Ronaldinho inside. You can play Cristiano Ronaldo at centre forward. Ronaldinho off the left, Messi off the right. Yeah, that you don't. You could have the defence as whatever you wanted. That's not getting Zidane in midfield. Modric. There's a whole host of them in there, isn't there? Do you remember Christian Ziege, Keith? I do, yeah. He got trouble, didn't he? He was got Liverpool in trouble. Christian Ziege. Right. Okay, now this I want to see if this works. It might work, it might not. If it does work, then brilliant. If it doesn't work, then I don't really know how to... I don't know. I'm going to see if it works. Let's see if it works. So, halftime quiz, folks. Let me get rid of the chat for a second. And then we will, if I can. Right. The top 25 Germans with the most Champions League minutes. Can you see that on your right-hand side there? That is our halftime quiz. The top 25 Germans with the most Champions League minutes. Get your answers in the chat. Let me see if you can... I want to see if this works. I just want to see if it works. Ballack and Rudiger. Antonio Rudiger is there. Michael Ballack is also there. Yes. Hey, look at that. The answers are showing. Okay, that's good. It's good. Lahm, Klinsmann, Schweinsteiger. So Lahm, I think Philip Lahm is there. Yeah. Klinsmann is not, but Schweinsteiger is. There you go. Kroos, Klose, Muller, Kahn. Kroos or Kroos. Kroos, Muller, Kahn, yes. Hummels and Neuer, yes. Ballack was shit, says Gio Paul. Closer. Have I got Miroslav Klose? Have I give you him yet? I don't think Miroslav Klose is in there. No, Miroslav Klose isn't in there. Mertesacker, Kimmich, Havertz. Mertesacker is. Kimmich is. Havertz is not. Not Havertz. Oliver Kahn. Have we not already put Oliver Kahn up? Have we not already said Oliver Kahn? No, Oliver Kahn evidently isn't in there, I don't think. No. No Oliver Kahn. This is the type of production value you don't get on the BBC. Look at that. Ozil Lehmann. Jens Lehmann is correct. Good shout. Well done, Luke. Yeah, Jens Lehmann is correct. Thomas Muller. Have we had Thomas Muller yet? Yes, we have. Boateng. Jerome Boateng is correct. Good shout. Yes. Mario Gomez. You have Kahn in 5. Oh, I do. Sorry. Yes, Kahn is there. Mario Gomez. Ballack's already there. You can see that over here. This side. I think it's this side. Mario Gomez. Podolski. Mario Gomez, no. Podolski, no. Sané. Leroy Sané, yes. Correct. There's one more. Well done. The top 25 Germans with the most Champions League minutes. That is the quiz we are doing. Get your answers in. Goetze. Mario Goetze is correct. He's 22. Did he show him right? Oh, look at that. Chuffed. Muller we've got. Do you want some clues? So you've got, of the ones that are left, you've got two goalkeepers. Two goalkeepers. Gundogan, says Luke. There you go. Gundogan's in there. Well done. You got two goalkeepers. Mats Hummels is there. Yes, we've had Mats Hummels. Julian Brandt. Well done. Good shout, Matt. Julian Brandt is there. Sanya, no. Draxler, no. Ballack, we've already got Shahid. Not Stiller. Not Leno. Not Mateus. Not Frings. Ter Stegen is right, though. Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. Well done, folks. 7 more left to get. Not Weidenfeller. Manuel Neuer we've already got. There's one more goalkeeper. One more goalkeeper. 1, 2, 3 that I would consider to be deep lying midfielders. And 1, 2, 3 that would be attacking. Is that right? Yeah, 7 left. So there you go. So there's 3 that's like attacking midfielders, 3 that's like defensive midfielders, and 1 which is a goalkeeper. Royce, we've already... No, we've not. Marco Royce is correct. Yes. We've already got Ter Stegen. We need another goalkeeper. Haman, it's not Dietmar Hamann. No. You've got 1, 2 who used to play for Real Madrid, 2 who used to play for Bayer Leverkusen, and 1 that used to play for Bayern Munich. And I think I'm right in saying, one of these scored in a Champions League final. I think. Not Werner, no. Not Timo Werner, not Voltemade, not Karius. Oliver Kahn, we've already got Dan. Khedira. Yes, Sami Khedira is correct. He's in there. Sami Khedira's right. It's not Bender. It's not Bierhoff. He was another great centre-forward I would have considered having in there. Now, I might have had Bierhoff over Klinsmann, actually. He was great. We was doing our best German 11s before. And, yeah, I think Oliver Bierhoff might have crept in over Klinsmann. I loved Oliver Bierhoff. He was so good. Not Nerville. Not Oliver Nerville. Not Mario Gomez. Not Benedict Howardez. Not Metzelder. Less said about Metzelder, the better. Emre Can is correct, Matt. Well done. Emre Can is 1. You've still got the goalkeeper to get. And you've got 2 attacking midfielders and a defensive midfielder. No strikers now. No strikers, no defenders. You've got 2 attacking midfielders, 1 defensive midfielder, and a goalkeeper. Not Leno. Not Karl-Heinz Riedel. Not Dietmar Hamann. There was 2 that played for Bayer Leverkusen. The great Bayer Leverkusen side that played Liverpool, knocked Liverpool out. Knocked Man United out, actually, in successive seasons. And got to the Champions League final at Hampden Park, where they were beaten by Real Madrid. Think about that Bayer Leverkusen side. You can also think about the Bayern Munich side that beat so many on the way to that 99 final against Man United. This fella was in there. Trust Key to start a quiz when it's his round. You know me, mate. Anything to get out of it. Can't remember if it's double-barreled, but something. But, yes, Hans-Jörg Butt is correct. Hans-Jörg Butt, the goalkeeper for Bayer Leverkusen, in there. I think this fella was the captain of Bayer Leverkusen. I'm sure he was the captain of that Bayer Leverkusen side. He was a deep-lying blonde midfielder. Not Stefan Effenberg. He was also a deep-lying blonde midfielder, but he played for Bayern Munich. We're talking about Bayer Leverkusen deep-lying blonde midfielders. Mehmet Scholl is correct. Mehmet Scholl for Bayern. I can never remember whether it was him or Mario Basler that scored against Man United in '99. Not Ulf Kirsten, no. Not Ulf Kirsten. We're not looking for centre-forwards now. We're looking for An attacking midfielder that we've already mentioned tonight. I'll give you him, actually, because I'm sure someone will say, I said him about an hour ago. Mesut Ozil, you still hadn't said. The last one, number 25. The last one, number 25, is... Is it cutting the answers off? Oh, that's well annoying. That's well annoying. Well, that's a bug. That's a bug. Let me see if I can... I'll tell you what, let me see if I can put it into 4 columns. and then it stupidly... Oh, no. It was all going so well. Oh, it's fully not doing it there now. All right. Well, the last one was, yeah, the last one was Karsten Ramelow. Karsten Ramelow. There you go, Matt. Well done. Karsten Ramelow is the final one. And look at that. Look at that. We did it, folks. We did it. Right. Well, I'll refine it. I'll refine it and get it slightly better. But that kind of worked. Sort of. Maybe that was a little better. Right. And now we can get back to the game. Well, there you go. Thank you very much, folks. Ramelow, never heard of him. Yeah, Karsten Ramelow, he was a very, very good midfielder back in the day. I think he was in the German side that went to the 2002 World Cup final as well. I'm almost certain he was. Yeah. But he spent pretty much his entire career at Bayer Leverkusen. 13 years. Got to a number of Champions League latter stages. Also, I think, look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4. He was a runner-up in the Bundesliga 4 times. Oh, do you know what? That's such a... Karsten Ramelow is like Mr. Runner-up. He was World Cup final runner-up 2002. 2002 DFB Pokal, they lost in the final. Champions League, they lost in the final. They finished second in the Bundesliga that year. Oh, what an absolute silver medalist all round. You'd be gutted about that. Absolutely gutted. Okay. You already know we got Germany, Ivory Coast. Absolutely, mate. I've got Ivory Coast to 0 as well. He has Arsenal DNA. Absolutely gutting for the Scotland fans, innit? Keep showing the fans here at half-time. It's got to be a really disappointing end to their World Cup journey. After 28 years, they get here and they go out with 1 goal scored. 1 goal is all they managed to score at the World Cup, and it was against Haiti, and it was a deflected goal as well. Timbo says, suggested doing that for the quizzes a couple of streams ago, so of course I take all the credit. Do you know what, mate? To be fair, City of North Hill's done great work on it as well, and yeah, no, there's a few things, just trying to improve a few things. It's Luke, do you think they're defo out? Scotland, it's not looking good. I'll say that, it's really not looking good. If we look now at the best third-placed sides, it's currently set at... Hang on a second, results... Results, South Africa, standings. There you go. So Scotland are currently 7th. They are 7th, and Cape Verde are 8th, still to play. So actually, if Belgium win, if Ecuador win, they're guaranteed out. That's it. That's it. There's no world in which Scotland finish ahead of. I guess they could go ahead of Paraguay if Australia were to beat Paraguay. Although no, that would change everything. No, there's not. They're out, aren't they? They are absolutely out. If Belgium win and Congo win, if Congo beat Uzbekistan, Senegal probably beat Iraq as well. So that's it. If Senegal beat Iraq and Belgium, that's it. They're done. Senegal beat Iraq, Belgium beat New Zealand, Scotland are out. That's it. I'm pretty confident that is it. Salchep says, I'm sorry, but how can you feel for Scotland? They are their own worst enemy. Give a cheap goal and pack your cases and go home. I mean, you can still feel sorry for the fans. I'm not, not for the fans didn't have anything to do with it. They just came to the stadium with hope, didn't they? City of Northall said they paid 130 million for Anderson. My God, yeah. Anderson to City. Here we go. Anfield Vortex, I've got a dilemma for tonight's viewings. Key, Japan v Sweden or Tunisia v Netherlands. Which are you covering? I'm not covering either of them. No, I'm doing this one and then going to bed. I figured that I can only do the late games if I have like an afternoon siesta, and sleeping in this weather is physically impossible in the middle of the day. Germany, that must be a penalty. That has to be a penalty. She's give it. It is. It's a penalty to Germany. Second half, Kai Havertz is going to stick this one away, I'm sure. I tell you what, 30 seconds into the second half, Iggy Pop's on the touchline giving it this. He's not happy. It looked like a nailed-on penalty, but then again, it also looked a little bit of a dive here. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it is. No, it is a dive. It is a dive. It's categorically a dive. That is another dive from Kai Havertz. I hope they rule this out. Please rule this out. That is a dive. And that might be a foul anyway. It might be a foul in the build-up, and even if it isn't a foul, it should be a dive. That's got to get chalked off. That has to get chalked off. I'm sorry. Kai Havertz, he's so bad for that, isn't he, Kai Havertz? He's so bad. She's got to go and have a look at this. She's got to. Yeah, it's going to be a VAR check. Here we go. Elliot Anderson to undergo medical in the US ahead of Manchester City. £130 million move. Yeah, 130 doesn't seem good value. But obviously, a 3-star will be made up with that one. Timbo, I know nothing about our new right back. Educate me. Spent last year out on loan. Talented player. All of Italy looking at him. Again, it's a bit of a damning indictment for Serie A that all the best young players seem to be leaving the country. Whenever they have a talented young player, they're not staying in Serie A anymore, and that never used to be the case. You know, Giovanni Leone coming to Liverpool, Palestra now heading away. There's a lot of young Italians choosing to leave. Even if you go back to Tonali leaving, Tonali was the kind of jewel in the crown. Never a dive that, Reece. Don't behave yourself. United, we're never going to pay that. I'd blame United 130 and maybe only City or Real Madrid. There's not many going to pay 130 million. Okay, the penalty has been chalked off for a foul from Leroy Sané on the Ecuador midfielder, number 15. No penalty. We'll take that. Means the second half's a little bit more lively because it means Ecuador still have a chance of going forward. Seems to be really highly rated. Presumably means Gusto is off. Well, I think there's an idea, or there seems to be talk, that Gusto can play both sides. Palestra is predominantly a left back. Gusto can play right and left, can't he? I don't think it'll be Gusto off. Chalobah going's an interesting one, though. Chelsea looking for Maxence Lacroix, I think will be a great signing for Chelsea. Arsenal player dives, who'd have thought, it says Pete. And Mr. Al-Shamari says, Turkey and Panama are the only teams yet to score at this World Cup. Do you think they'll score in their final games, or will they finish the tournament goalless? I think Turkey have got a good chance of scoring against the US. They've got to salvage some pride from this tournament, haven't they? Panama, I mean, do you know what? Panama actually gave a really good account of themselves against Croatia the other night. I watched that game. They were really good. So, you know, if England can't score past Ghana and didn't really look like scoring past Ghana, I'm honestly not that hopeful that they're going to, you know, blast Panama. Not in the way that they did last time they played Panama at the World Cup. That's good football. Kimmich wins it back. Mr. Turnbull says, if we protested that penalty more against England, would we have gotten it checked? Do you know what, mate? In hindsight, it certainly was a penalty. Absolutely no doubt in my mind that was a penalty for Ghana. I didn't think it was in real time, and they didn't show it back. I actually only saw the replay after the game had finished, but it was categorically a penalty. No way in hell that should have ever been given. It should have gone to VAR, and it would have been a penalty. I can't believe it wasn't given. City of Northville says, so not only will we have the price tag, but Rodri probably leaves too, so we'll be expected to step into his boots. And 3-star says, it's heartbreaking to see Elliot Anderson leave, but a club like Forest have to get one of those deals over the line to keep us financially sound. And it will maybe mean that you can demand bigger fees from, you know, for other players as well now. Because if you've got massive money come in from Elliot Anderson, then if someone comes knocking on the door for Murillo, if someone comes knocking on the door for Gibbs White, if someone comes knocking on the door for any of the other many players that Forest have, you know, there's been talk of them leaving. It's not going to be easy to prize him away. Timbo, I'm not sure about Lacroix. He's better than what we have, but that's most centre-backs. Can you win the league with Lacroix? If not, don't get him. I would say so, yeah. I think signing Maxence Lacroix is akin, let's call it akin to when you signed Gary Cahill from Bolton. I think he's a very, very good centre-back. A very, very good one. And honestly, comparable to Mark Gay. So, yeah, I think he was every bit as important for Palace as Mark Gay. And arguably better in the opposition box as well. He was better in, you know, attacking on corners. Joe says, can't believe people always believe Romano. I only believe it when I see the player in the shirt. And Daz, Key, would you rest Kane on Saturday? No, can't afford to rest Kane. You want to win the group. You've got to go and win the group. Croatia have got 3 points so far. England on 4. Ghana on 4. Yeah, you want to try and get the best possible team in the next round. England need to go and win against Panama. The Reaper, are you red or blue? In what sense? Romano is well connected, to be fair. He rarely gets it wrong. I mean, it's a big chance now on the counter-attack for Germany. Ecuador giving the ball away sloppily. As it stands, Germany go through top. Ecuador will be third with 2 points. Ivory Coast in second with their win over Curaçao. Gotta go, Key. Sorry, see you tomorrow. No worries, mate. Listen, you pop in when you're able to. It's always good to see you and have a chat. Appreciate you coming in. City of Northville, I always feel for mid-table clubs because it's so inevitable when they find that diamond in the rough that the clock begins for his exit. Do you know, it's not. That doesn't even feel like it's just mid-table clubs, though, because I would have said I felt like that about Suarez and Coutinho. I always kind of felt like that with Salah, to be honest. Salah, it was always kind of like conditional. He was always half flirting and stuff like that. Torres was the same. It just you're always on the lookout with these players. Will there be some knockout games confirmed tonight? Well, there's already one. Yeah, there'll definitely be some knockout games confirmed tonight. There's already one guaranteed, which is Canada facing South Africa. So we're going to be covering that one. I think Germany are in the second knockout game, but we'll have to see. Cheers, Blastoise. Key, you doing the Sweden game? I'm not, mate. No, I'm not doing the Sweden game. Who's had the easiest run in the World Cup, Key, out of all the games so far? I mean, you'd probably argue Germany, wouldn't you? I think you could do you know what? Actually, I mean, you could argue England, right? Croatia are evidently not what they once were. Panama shouldn't, in a normal World Cup, don't make the World Cup. And Ghana, in the nicest possible way, Mr. Turnables, didn't qualify for the AFCON. So, you know, England really should be walking that group, and they've made it look like hard work. Germany as well, you know, Curaçao, they dominate, they're winning, or they won against Ivory Coast, they made hard work of that, and they probably should win this here as well. Ecuador's probably the best team that aren't going through. Shame they were quite negative first game. Well, I mean, looking at the table, in terms of teams definitely going out, Turkey, I would say, might be one of the better sides. If we're looking at player for player, Turkey at 100% one of the top sides at the World Cup. You look at the players they have, I was astonished that they went out so easily. City of Northville says they have to entertain it for the ego stroke, like when you're a hot person and married, you let people flirt but don't take the bait. That's one way of looking at it. 3 star says Forest got Fratesi and Hackney lined up if they choose to go down that route. Be good to see Forest go and get Hayden Hackney ahead of Everton. Everton falling to bits a little bit at the minute. Seems like they can't get hold of anyone. Ashish, I don't want Mateus Fernandes at Spurs for 85 million. Why? Do you not think... I mean, I think if you was to get Tonali and Mateus Fernandes, that's a very, very formidable looking midfield. There's Javier Mascherano. There's a player who used to flirt regularly with other clubs while he was at Liverpool, but he was a wonderful midfielder. Always. He's a player you'd want to go to war with. I think he's better than Fabinho, to be honest. He's the best holding midfielder I've had at Liverpool. Absolutely sensational footballer. Mr. Turnbull says, honestly, the transfer fees no longer reflect players' abilities. I mean, what they do reflect, though, is the economy in football, isn't it? That's how much money is in football now. Like, have you seen, by the way, the Premier League? You guys will love this, by the way. You guys will love this. The Premier League are apparently considering hydration breaks being brought into the Premier League, primarily for sponsorship reasons, because it could raise up to another 100 million per season in advertising revenue. So when we talk about 4 quarters at the World Cup and hydration breaks and whatever, I think the English fans would go down fighting with that one, wouldn't they? Yeah, Joe. Honestly, mate, I'm telling you, it's being floated, or as we speak, it's being floated. Rio Ferdinand was talking about it on his podcast as well earlier today. I saw, so it is being floated. It is a discussion being had at the highest levels at the Premier League. Whether or not they're able to get it through is another thing altogether. But absolute madness as far as I'm concerned. The last thing English football needs is more delays, more hydration breaks, more Americanization. If it brings another 100 million quid, all that does is just puts Do you know what I would be in favour of? I reckon if they said to football fans, we will bring in a ticket cap, a price cap on tickets, right? And we will, do some sort of a ticket buyback scheme or some way that allows local fans to get more access to tickets at reasonable prices, but we will we'll do a hydration break in every game, and that'll raise the money to pay for the difference. Oh, yeah, go on then. Everyone would be down for that. But there's no quid pro quo. There's no quid pro quo. It'll go straight into the back pocket of some rich, wealthy financier. Anfield Vortex says, aren't Liverpool looking at Camavinga at Madrid? He'd be awesome for us. I think Camavinga's just out of our reach, I would say. He's almost too expensive for what he is. And I don't think he fits Liverpool's profile, to be honest. How old's Camavinga now? Feels like he's been at Madrid a long time. And he missed out on the France squad. I don't think that would play a huge part in our decision-making, but he's still only 24. He's not even 24, is he? He's 23, 24 in November. Oh, maybe Liverpool for Camavinga. Doesn't strike me as an Iraola type of player, though. Not in that midfield. If you look at the players Iraola's worked with before, Camavinga doesn't quite fit that profile. This charming Dan says, that's just what you need on a Tuesday night for an 8 PM game. In the pissing rain, a hydration break. Here's the thing, there's already too much money making the Perm way ahead of every other league. Or the Prem way ahead of every other league. The fans don't want the breaks, so let the other countries have the breaks to catch up. I know, but the Premier League don't want that, do they? I don't think the Premier League want equality. They're not looking for, oh, well, yeah, that's going to allow Real Madrid and all these other teams to get an extra 100 million a year or whatever. Anfield Vortex to get Camavinga. Tottenham want Gakpo, so maybe that would raise the funds for him. I don't think Liverpool are short of funds. We need to get that out of our mindset as fans. I'm telling you, Liverpool are not short of funds. We should have in our arsenal a lot more. Another 500 million net. If we spend 500 million net, which we won't, we spent 300 million net last year, but if we spent 500 million net, we'd still have spent about what Arsenal and City and United have. Like, that point, that would be where we kind of break even with those teams. So Liverpool have got a big wad of money. Joe says, Key, as part of my media coursework, I'm doing an article on the rise of ticket prices. Oh, that's coincidental. And why it's ruining the common football fans' experience. Not sure if you're interested, I assume that was going to say. I'm interested, of course I'm interested in it. It's a fascinating subject. This charming Dan, if they can get away with charging for the air you breathe in the stadium, the greedy sods would do it. That's true. Okay. Perfect. 30 minutes left to go, or thereabouts. One way they could sell the hydration breaks to fans would be to lower ticket prices. Yeah, that's what we were just saying a few minutes ago, mate. Dylan, I'm a City fan, and I think Liverpool in my team next year going to struggle. Arsenal will slip up and United win the Prem. No way. No way. Great ball in. Good claim from Galindez that time. That was better. Much better from Germany. But again, Germany don't have to go forward here. A draw's fine for Germany. They win the group no matter what. There's no real drama for the Germans. They win the group no matter what happens here today. Ecuador are the ones that need to win, and they are the ones that are making changes to go forward here. It's still Ivory Coast 1, Curaçao 0. Curaçao doing everything they can. I mean, listen, they'll still look back fondly on that draw with Ecuador. What the hell? There's not been any goalkeeper saves. Eloy Room hasn't made a single save for Curaçao. I thought Ivory Coast would make a couple of plays to try and nail that one. Okay, a couple more changes for Germany as well. Oh, it's 2-0 Ivory Coast. Now it's 2-0. Right, Undav and Chow come on for Havertz and Kimmich. Nemesha off for Maximilian Bayer. Now, he's a young player. Oh, well, he's not so young anymore. But he was a really talented player at Hoffenheim. He's gone to Dortmund. It hasn't quite worked out. I'd love to see him get a move to the Prem. I think he's a wonderful player. I remember watching him at Hoffenheim. He was brilliant. Dylan says, it takes a bunch of mistakes where Arsenal can do Man United in, come back, win other games. This Arsenal manager is not Alex Ferguson. It'll get in his head and make them lose. That Franco they took off looked decent. It was on a yellow card, wasn't he? I think that was why they took him off. Just because the last thing Ecuador can afford at this moment is a player going down. The team going down to 10 men. They took Enner Valencia off. They've put on Kevin Rodriguez, who's a midfielder from... Oh, here we go. What a strike. Excellent ball. Wonderful ball. Nicolas Pepe again with his second of the match. Can finish when he needs to, can't he? And it's, Angelo Preciado, a defender. So it's... Wouldn't say it's necessarily a positive change for Ecuador, that. Midfielder and defender for centre forward and midfielder. Is that you, Jelly? Good ball in. When he said United win the league, does he mean Leeds or Newcastle? Yeah. Terrible. Straight into Neuer. Yeah, I don't see a world in which United win the league. I don't see that at all. I think success is for United to finish in the top 5. If they qualify for Europe again, that'll be good. It's good football again from Germany. Right, I've got goalkeeper saves. I think I need their keeper to make another save. But I'm desperate for the Curaçao keeper. I really need the Curaçao keeper to make saves. Only the Ivory Coast keeper's made a save so far. I need Eloy Room to make a few. Alex Ferguson signed Ronaldo when he was in a small team. And with this Nottingham transfer window, top 5 I'll take. Ronnie, how's it going, sir? Good to see you. Yeah, we were chatting, by the way, about what we were saying last night about Scotland and me saying they've already qualified, and I was holding my hands up and saying apologies to Ronnie. I don't know if I'm sure you weren't in earlier, but I said apologies to Ronnie. I got it wrong. Scotland have certainly not qualified, and it doesn't look like they will, to be honest, based on what we're seeing tonight. Florian Wirtz, wonderful football in the area. Oh, unlucky. It's going to go behind. Is it for a corner? Yeah. Ronnie says, bit late tonight, needed a nap after this heat. See, I honestly can't sleep in this heat. It's too much. Far too much. There you go. Another hydration break, folks. Sponsored by Powerade. It's just so humid, isn't it? Humid and sticky. Ugh. Blastoise, we need a quality striker, not Solanke. I think that's Spurs' big problem. I think that is Spurs' big problem, is you need to move a lot of players on. Same as Chelsea, really. Chelsea and Spurs both need to move plenty of players on. Eddie, do you see Arsenal winning the league again? I think it's far too early to talk about Arsenal winning the league. I think anyone winning the league, to be honest. Because you've got to look at it and say, who's going to be the signings that each of these teams make, and does that change things? I mean, Elliot Anderson going to City. If City don't get any real punishment for the 115 and they've added Elliot Anderson and maybe add another couple, then, all of a sudden you'd make them certainly contenders, serious contenders again. Have you spoke about the Bruno G links to Arsenal? Bruno Guimaraes isn't going to Arsenal. To replace who? City of Northfield, don't forget that 2003 heatwave killed a whole lot of people. Be safe. I wasn't aware of that. I mean, I'm sure there's certainly been people who've passed away due to heat stroke and all sorts. You've got to be careful. Don't jump into rivers and lakes and stuff like that. Shahid, you're right. I'm going to rest after the watch-along, Key. Get some rest. No worries, mate. We'll see you soon. We'll see you tomorrow. We're back tomorrow for Norway against France. Norway-France tomorrow. Danny, 130 for Anderson is crazy, by the way. They'll get away with these charges. Is 130 million for Elliot Anderson crazy? Is it really? If the metric for a very good midfielder, I think we'd all agree that Elliot Anderson is a very, very good midfielder. Okay, you say massively, Danny. Go on. What's the going rate for a very good midfielder? Declan Rice went for 100 million 3 years ago from West Ham. Is Elliot Anderson not in the same bracket as Declan Rice was then? I would argue he is. So I think 130 million with inflation, I think is about right. CAICEDO's gone for more since. Enzo Fernandez has gone for more since. Florian Wirtz, the Isaac deal. There's all sorts of deals like that going on between English clubs that are starting to inflate the market. I imagine Morgan Rogers is going to be going for big money again this summer. So I personally don't think Elliot Anderson is inflated at 130 million. I don't think it is. I think that's probably the going rate now. That's it. As Luke's saying there, he's a surefire hit. Like Rice, they'll look back and think it's excellent value. If you could go back 100, right? Everyone said when Arsenal signed Declan Rice for 100 million, if that deal was 140 million, let's say, would Arsenal still go back and do that deal? Yes. If it was 150 million, they'd still go back and do that deal. Why? Because he's the de facto captain. He's always available, and he's just led them to a Premier League title and a Champions League final. So, even if he was 50% more, it would... Oh, what are you doing? Oh, Manuel Neuer's had an absolute disaster. CAICEDO! Oh, so close. Manuel Neuer, you lucky boy. Lucky boy. So close. Philippines, Bellingham went to Madrid for 105 from Dortmund. Yeah, I think it is about right now. City of Northfield to be starting and playing the entire time for England is a lot of trust in someone that young. I couldn't rate him much more highly, but I also know United enough to know he'd never would have. He's a nailed on thing. I just think that's the thing with Elliot Anderson. He's about as surefire a transfer as you can hang your hat on. There's not really much certainty in football, but that's probably one of them. Elliot Anderson will go to City and he'll be a solid 8 out of 10 most weeks. He'll run the midfield, he'll win the ball back and give it off, and that is all Manchester. That's all any top team wants. Faris says Jordan will beat Argentina 6-0. Okay. Ronnie says Odegaard apparently got reported earlier. Apparently it could be close to happening. I can't see Odegaard going from Arsenal. Again, he is the captain. I think Odegaard stays. But it remains to be seen. I guess you could be right. Philippines says, Key, do you think value equates to talent? Because no way Anderson is better than Bellingham or Rice. No, it's not about Bellingham or Rice. It's not about talent. It's about the rest of the market. So if you look at the rest of the market, could you find another midfielder as good as Elliot Anderson in his position? You can't. Like, there's no other surefire midfielder. There's no other surefire central midfielder that you're going to get. You just can't do it. You can't do it. He's a really, really talented midfielder. City of Northville, the problem is you can't price them based on future titles. Everyone would say a player that wins you a title is priceless, but we'll never have that info beforehand. But you would imagine, you would put your money, if someone said to you, will City win a title in the next 3 years? Most people would say yes. Yeah? Most people would argue City will win a title in the next 3 years. If City win a title in the next 3 years, then Elliot Anderson has got them there. I think 120, 130 million is about right. It's probably top end of his value, but it is about right. The Newcastle tiers, if they lose Tonali and Bruno G, they'll go and replace him again. They've got money to spend, Newcastle. Chance. Oh, that's got to be I thought it was going to be a penalty. I thought it was going to be a penalty there for a moment. $15 minutes to go. Yes, but they would have even without Anderson. That's a fair point. Shahid says, if Ecuador win, is it a problem for Scotland qualifying? Yes, an Ecuador winner. I'll be honest, mate, I think Scotland are out. I think Scotland are out because I think Belgium will win against New Zealand and I think Senegal will win against Iraq. And if those two things happen, it's almost certain, like almost certain, that if those two things happen, oh, Germany are in. Go on, lad. Go on, lad. Oh, straight at the keeper. Too easy. Too easy. It's Luke says Newcastle scouting not as good as it was. Think things could get toxic there. They already are, aren't they, with Eddie Howe? They're not quite certain on him. Anfield Vortex says predictions for the rest of tonight's games, mate. Do you think Netherlands will win? I mean, Netherlands don't have to win, but I think they will. I think they'll take it seriously. Tunisia are a bit of a mess at the moment with the change of manager. So yeah, I think Netherlands will win. I think Japan Sweden's going to be a hell of a game though. Oh, big effort, and again it's going to be a corner. Huge moment. Rob says you say priceless, but deals are laden with bonuses. There's probably a title-winning clause. And I would say we don't know yet what the full value of the deal is or the structure of the deal. It might be 100 million up front and 30 million in bonuses. You never know. Tchouaméni's clear of Anderson at a cut of the price, in my opinion. He's a better player, yeah. But is Tchouaméni a player that would seamlessly adapt to the Premier League? And also, how much would Real Madrid want for Tchouaméni? Oh, Ecuador have done it! They're in front. It's 2-1. 2-1 with 13 to go. Ecuador have done it, and that is almost certainly, Germany top of the group and Scotland out. That's it. Scotland are out the way this is looking. Ecuador with a late winner. That's going to break Scotland hearts. Wow. This is unbelievable. Gonzalo Plata. Come on, Germany. Wake up. I've got Germany or draw. Got Germany or draw on loads of stuff. Whipped in near post, flicked on. I tell you what, Manuel Neuer is an absolute donkey. What is it with goalkeepers as they get older? Oh, that's so bad from Manuel Neuer. So bad. 2-1 Ecuador. Do the Germans have any desire at all to go forward now? We know the raw price is higher than 105. Even if you said it was 110, rising to 130, you'd look at that and say, It's all right, that. German defence was asleep. I think Manuel Neuer was certainly asleep. Scotland coming home, says Tina. Yep, Scotland, 1,000,000%. This is a bad, bad goal for Scotland. Almost guarantees Scotland are out now because Ecuador will finish above them. Neuer like a helpless wicket-keeper there. Just so flat, Germany, this second half. It's not just Neuer, but they've kind of been the masters of their own downfall here, Germany. Really poor night. This charming Dan says, I think fans care a bit too much about how much players cost. So long as the club aren't risking going bust or getting into trouble for breaking the rules, that's all that matters. It's my money. Do you mean it's not my money, I assume? I think the thing is, mate, listen, these football clubs don't give a toss about ticket prices or whatever. They don't care about us spending our money, do they? They're not looking at ticket prices and going, well, bit too much that. Bit too much for the ticket. Bit too much for, merchandise. 120 quid for a shirt or whatever. Nah, they're not bothered about that. They're not worrying about us spending too much, are they? Are they balls? So why should we? If they identify a player, and a good player that we'll all enjoy, then go and get him, pay the money, get it done. Robbo, as a Newcastle fan, we take too long making decisions. Liverpool hijacking Munoz. Yeah, it's been the case with a few Newcastle signings over the years, or prospective signings. Rob says loads of iron brews just been spilt in Scotland. I think a load of bucky. A load of Buckfast. The market is going to change for the worst again. It's so over. And do you know what though, Ryan? Everyone said that. Everyone said that when Christian Vieri went for 30 million quid. Everyone said that when Shearer went for 15 million. Shearer was a world record for 15 million. And then it was, after it was Shearer, Collymore was a big deal. I remember people going, oh, that's well too much money for him. That's going to break everything. And Zidane was 40. Buffon was 40. There's been loads of big deals where people have looked back and gone, that was far too much. At the time, it was craziness to think of the very first £100 million transfer. Now they're like, everyone who's any half-decent footballer's going for 100 million now. Liverpool are about to pay 100 million for a kid who's only got, one top-flight league season. Maybe 2, you could argue, with Leganés. He's played about 50 games in the top flight in Spain and Germany, and we're going to pay 100 million for him. 100 million is the going rate now for a decent player. It's not too much. It is the going rate. That's just inflation. That's just how much money there is in football nowadays, and clubs don't even blink, do they? Clubs don't blink. They're paying it. Timbo says Anderson will be getting criticised and called overrated in 6 months. I'm calling it now. As soon as players go for a big fee, fans become idiots and can't separate that from analysing his performances. Yeah, like he controls the fee in any way. It was the same with Wirtz, wasn't it? It's exactly the same with Wirtz. Good to see you, George. Ecuador flying down the right-hand side here. Chance to make it 3-1. Oh, good defending from Germany again. Eddie, it's crazy, crazy times indeed. Come on, Germany. Let's commit a few bodies forward. Let's go and get one. Mr. Al-Shamari, what games are you doing tomorrow, Key? Norway versus France I am doing tomorrow. I was going to do... Uruguay, Spain, which is a 1 a.m. kickoff. I might do that. I'm going to see. I'm going to see what happens. Oh, that's a free kick, ref. Come on. She's not had a great game, the ref. Couple of big decisions she's got right, but that's a foul. That's a foul. That's easy. But yeah, I was going to do Uruguay and Spain, but I might leave that one. So I'll probably be back for Panama, England, which is 10 o'clock the day after. And then I might do Colombia, Portugal. See, we're getting to the point now where the final group stage games, they're all like late in the night. Every single one of them's late. After a full night's sleep, you'll be well up for a late Friday night game. I know, yeah, I know. It's... You just got to try... That's the big problem. You've got to try and get a sleep in the afternoon so that you're wide awake when it gets to like midnight, 2, 3 a.m. You've got to be having that that late afternoon snooze. If you can get a couple of hours sleeping in the afternoon, then you're fine. But it's impossible. Who's sleeping in this heat? You can't sleep at night in this heat. It's sticky and humid and horrible. Enrique, 130 million. I think it's a fair price. Rob says, what's that coming home over the hill? Is it Scotland? Ronnie, 116 million up front for Anderson is madness. I don't get how people can say it's madness. It's literally this. Declan Rice is the yardstick, isn't it? Declan Rice is the exact yardstick, and he went for 100 million 3-4 years ago. 116 million is absolutely bang right for Elliot Anderson. It's exactly the right thing. It's exactly the right price. Germany just really aren't interested these last 5 minutes, are they? If anything, Ecuador look more likely to score, to be honest. Far more likely to score. Especially for City, the amount doesn't matter at all. No, they don't care. They don't care. City will spend what they need to spend. And to be honest, they've sold well, haven't they, as well, City? Obviously, irrespective of the stuff with the charges going on, but they've sold very well. They've always had money brought in from player sales. They do well bringing in youth. You know, they've gone and got good money for the youth they've brought in. Players like Oscar Bob. Even the younger ones like Adozie and Shea Charles that they moved on to Southampton. You know, got good money for them as well. Last 4 minutes. Germany pushing forward, but not with any real intent. Ball into the area. Too easy. I'll tell you what. Do you know what? Do you know who's the player? The only one who's actually done anything on this on the pitch since this happened is Maximilian Bayer. The only one who's actually done anything since he's come on is Bayer. He's put himself about a bit. A stooping ant, dragging him down, clear foul, free kick to Germany. Just outside the area, but it's kind of far to the right, so it's more like a corner kick. Luke says Southampton have pretty much funded the City Academy. Maybe Saints will do the spying too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say City of Northville. I was going to say about the United Stadium. How do we think that affects United spending as well over the next... Because it's a big, ambitious project, isn't it? Can't see the Glazers putting their hand in the pocket and keeping United competitive during all that. Floated in near post. It's going to be a corner kick. You would have to imagine that it will set United back. Here we go. Corner to Germany. I really need Germany or draw. Whipped in by Raum. Headed clear by Ecuador. They're hanging on a little bit here now. I'd say about 5 years of lean times. Fingers crossed. Somehow I can't see it. I still think United will be... Oh, that's a foul again, referee. Come on. It's a yellow card. Yeah, clear yellow card there. And it is Plata as well, the goal scorer, the match winner. Oh, really dove in there, didn't he? Shahid says, if Ecuador win key, will the manager sing Passenger? Hey, he might do. Might sing, might go full Heartbreak Kid. Eddie says, you think 30 mil for Curtis is a good price in this market? I'd sell for at least 45 to 50. He's only got a year left on his contract, though. I think that's the problem. I think it probably would. I think you're right. I think 40 to 50 million would be his value. I would put Curtis Jones in sort of the Conor Gallagher bracket. So I would say about 50 million is his normal street value. But you've got to factor in the case of him only having a year left on his contract. With a year left on your contract, your value is a whole lot less. And it's also probably worth noting the player has said, maybe not publicly, but he's made it known that he wants to leave. The manager doesn't massively rate him. He doesn't really fit in with Andoni Iraola and the approach he wants to take. So, honest answer, I think Curtis Jones goes, and 50 million, yeah, probably would be his value, but if we take 30 for him, then... I mean, I actually don't think we will get 30 for him, because Inter bid something like 20 or 22? Inter Milan bid, I think it was 20 or 22 million for Curtis Jones, and Liverpool basically told him to jog on. Like, that's a ridiculous price. We're not even talking to you at 22 million quid. You can get down the road sort of thing. So I think 30 million sort of opens discussions for Liverpool. Patrick, what do you think about 130 for Anderson? I think it's a fair price. Yeah, I think it's a very fair price. This charming Dan, I think it's great that clubs like Forest are squeezing as much as they can out of clubs if the big boys aren't willing to take the risk on these players when they're young. That's, yeah, again, very true. And it is changing the dynamic in the Premier League a little bit, isn't it? Oh, Germany in the area, go on. 7 added minutes at the end of this game. Ecuador have played like lions tonight. I think they've done really well, haven't they? Edge of the box, hit it. Oh, good defending. And it's out to the right-hand side for Raum. Poor cross. Germany recycle. Oh, that's going to be a free kick, is it? No. Ref's been quite happy with that. Transfer fees are insane nowadays. It's just inflation. They've always been going up, haven't they? That's offside. It's miles off. Take it easy, George. Have a good one, mate. Blastoy says Spurs also looking to sell Bergvall. I would take Bergvall at Liverpool. He would be brilliant for us. Mr. Al-Shamari, who would you say is your man of the match key? Ooh. It's a tough one, that. I honestly, I think I'd give it to... I was going to say what Thingy was saying earlier, Franco. Franco did well for Ecuador, but before he went off. He's been alright. I would probably give it to someone like Angulo for the goal that he scored. Again, he's been taken off as well. The two lads in the midfield area for Ecuador have done well. CAICEDO and Vite, they've done well. Germany, side netting, too easy. 5 to go. Denny Zundav's claiming a corner. Don't think he's going to get one, though. Bergvall going to Forest. Now, yeah, Bergvall replacing Elliot Anderson would be a sharp move. A very, very smart move for Forest, that. Angulo or Vite. Yeah, Vite's been good, hasn't he? Won everything in the middle of the park. The wide men for Ecuador's been excellent as well. Top work rate. And Will says, Key, explain to me how a German equaliser would help Scotland. Because Ecuador are currently on 4 points with this win. That means they go above Scotland in the table, ranking the best third-place teams. And 8 of the best third-place teams. There's 12 third-place teams. 8 of them go through to the knockout round. So the top 8 basically go through. So Scotland would be on 3 points. Ecuador would be on 4 with this win. which means they would, obviously go above Scotland, and ultimately a Germany equaliser puts Scotland in front of Ecuador. It's just another team that they're going to finish ahead of then in the rankings list, and that's very important because as far as Scotland are concerned, they need there to be four teams who have been worse than them at this World Cup finishing third. And as it stands, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. I actually think Scotland are almost certainly going to be in that bottom four. Three minutes to go. Thomas, are you live for any more games tonight? I'm not, mate. No, I'm going to give the second game a miss. I was live for Sweden. I was scheduled for Sweden, Japan. And I might still watch it. But honestly, I can't stream it. It's far too hot. And the only way you can really stay up late, for me anyway, given how late I tend to stay up, I have to have an afternoon sleep. And you can't sleep in this heat. It's not possible. I defy anyone to do it. Ivory Coast also through with this result. Yeah, Ivory Coast through top, aren't they? Ivory Coast go through top. Germany in second is a hell of a... Oh no, because Germany beat Ivory Coast. Fucking hell. Take it easy, Anfield Vortex. Have a good one, mate. See you soon. Yeah, no, Ivory Coast don't go through top because Germany beat them. Shahid says, Diamand going to Liverpool eventually. Do you think so? We'd love to see it. No afterburn in the Tavern tonight. Not quite. Ecuador have got 90 seconds to hang on here. And they will be almost assured, almost guaranteed, their place in the knockout round. CAICEDO, wonderful pass that from CAICEDO. Ecuador, I think he's just saying, just take it in the corner. Just take it in the corner. That's a foul. Yeah, foul, free kick Ecuador, 60 seconds left. And honestly, I think that might be it. Germany aren't doing much in this cup. It's not been a great night for the Germans. Not been their finest hour. Will says, who does that CAICEDO play for? Not Moish, but the other one. What other one? Jordi CAICEDO. I don't know, mate. I'd imagine some team maybe in South America. I don't recognise the name from anywhere in Europe. Come on, ref. You've got to allow another minute on for this. Ecuador wasting time. Specialists at wasting time. Oh, she's blown up. So, he's not wasting time anymore. It's the Ecuador 2, Germany 1. Shock of the night. Latri get the results against Die Mannschaft. And it is Ecuador going into the knockout rounds. Right. Fantastic. I will be back tomorrow. If you can do me a favour, folks, if you enjoyed this live and you want to see more of them popping up on your browse and you want to see them popping up on your homepage, whatever, you need to hit like and you need to have your notification bells on as well. Do me a favour, hit like and hit notify and hit subscribe if you're not already. I will be back tomorrow with Norway against France, and I might do one of the later games. I might do Uruguay and Spain as well. We'll see. We shall see. But hopefully you'll all get a nice rest tonight and you can sleep in this heat. Have a good one. Take it easy, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow. Ta-da.